We're back. We're talking about Attica. We are talking about the hostages today. There are 43 hostages, so we're not going to talk about every single one of them. The vast majority of them are guards. Now, that number could have been much higher. However, Richard Clarke and members of the Nation of Islam, they evac a handful of them, quite literally, right? They get William Quinn out. They know that he is too injured to stay in there. They know he needs to get to a hospital. They put him on a mattress and they get him out. William Quinn, the correctional officer who was hit in the head during the original melee, during the original chaos, is going to pass away. He will succumb to his injuries. Biggest source for this, Blood in the Water by Heather Ann Thompson. Other two big sources are the Attica documentaries of 1974 and 2021. You can watch both of them on the internet. You can find links to them where I put all my resources. Learn at your own pace. Now, the hostages are treated very, very, very fucking well. How do we know this? Because the prisoners who are running the show literally are like, we want media here. We want people with cameras, right? It is the 70s. We want video cameras. They're interviewing the hostages. So in the 1974 documentary, you're actually going to be able to see conversations with these hostages, including Mike Smith, including Edward Cunningham. Edward Cunningham will be one of the guards who is murdered when the state takes the prison back, right? Michael Smith is a young guard. He's in his early 20s when he starts working at Attica. And he is a very respectful human being. He approaches all of the prisoners by their last names. He says, Mr. Smith, Mr. Cunningham. He calls them by their actual names. He is the person that they will go to review their July manifesto, their demands for better living conditions, prior to sending it to the state, to Russell Oswald, to Walter Dunbar. And he becomes a really big point of contention on the flip side, right? He survives, but he is shot like 6 times. His insides are very, very messed up by the shooting that takes place on September 13th when the state troopers retake the prison, right? And from the rest of the hostages' families, they don't really like him because he does understand exactly why the prisoners took over the prison, and he fights for them both during the time that prior to being being captured, during the hostage, and he talks to them, right? He says, no, they're like treating us well, we're getting fed better than they are in some cases, right? During this same clip from the 1974 documentary, they do talk to Edward Cunningham. He is a sergeant, and he is not well liked. He is not he's very, very malicious and mean, and he is saying we're being treated well. He asks in this documentary, you'll see him ask for Rockefeller to come down. He thinks that this can all be negotiated and that everyone will be released. Now, it is important to understand 10 hostages die. 10 of the 43 hostages die. Now, again, the vast majority of these are guards. Some of them are clerks. Some of them are accountants. 10 of them die. Not a single one of them will die at the hands of prisoners. They all die at the hands of the state of New York and the state troopers and the correctional officers. Why? Because when these hostages are taken, they put them into prisoner garb. When the state comes in and they are tired and they are angry and they have an arsenal of weapons that are illegal based on the UN treaties on war, they shoot indiscriminately. Yeah. Michael Smith will be shot numerous times. Edward Cunningham will die on the retaking of the prison. So will Carl Vallone, Ronald Werner, John Darkangelo. He's Michael Smith's friend. He is also a young man. All of these men that are murdered by the state of New York are married with kids or grandkids. And it will be not just a fight for the prisoners to get any sort of recognition from the state of New York that they did something wrong. It's also going to be a fight for the hostages' families as well. And it's an uphill battle because the state will come out and say the 10 hostages that were killed that way, right, with a knife to the throat, which is not true. They were all shot. Every single one of them was shot and murdered at the hands of the state of New York.